Yeah, welcome everyone. This is Pine Grove News Live. Let me shut the music off. It's 6 o'clock on the dot. 6 o'clock p.m. here on the East Coast. Yep, southern New England and northern Connecticut in the valley. Really. So I hope everyone's doing okay. And if you're not, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Let me go check and see if we're live over there at YouTube. And we are. Let me go check. So, what do we have today? All I could say, well, I put out a little video while I was at work, just showing the blue skies again. So they did not chemtrail, at least not much. 2 days ago they did. Trying to keep a pattern, watch a pattern anyway, and see what's going on there. So what's been going on out there, huh? Between Monday and today, which is Wednesday. Yep, it is September 25th already. And just like last year, yeah, the leaves are just starting to turn color here. I remember telling you when I went on vacation, those leaves were changing. While I was up there, those, let's see, 4 or 5 nights. Yeah, they changed every day since I was up there. So we'll see. They got to change pretty quick and fall pretty quick in order to keep up with fall and all those, beautiful leaves that I got to pick up. Yeah, we got a plan. So, what is going on out there? Well, I'm sure you all know about Greta by now. Yeah, little Greta, 16 years old. And you also should know that I don't, I might cover it, that the impeachment, went out there. Pelosi obviously came on and announced the impeachment process before they actually got the whistleblowers. Well, actually, no, that's another part of it. But got the phone transcript actually that Mr. Trump made to the Ukraine president or PM or something like that. I forget exactly who. Before they got that transcript, because that's what they wanted to impeach him on, impeding or influencing the presidential election, or any case. In any case, whether they did it or not, and it passed or not, they're not going to impeach the president. It's just, more, whatever you want to call it, fanfare for the dummies, those demon rats. Yeah, crazy stuff they do. All right, so I believe the music is off. Everything's okay. So let's see. What do I want to start first? I don't got enough news here. I didn't want to go long. I am. I don't know what can I tell you. Let me put something up there. So look at this. Something else anyway. I, it's just the I don't know. It's the weight of it all. I guess it's just there's just the weight of. I've been talking with a few people. Christians who claim that they're Christians. Yes, I asked somebody I knew at work anyway, who tells me where I need to go, what I need to work on for a couple of days, whatever. And I told you one time, I guess, that she walked in on me playing my praise and worship music. First time that I've really actually had it unplugged from my ear, because you're allowed to wear earbuds. And I was alone in there, so I was playing it. She walked in and says, "Yeah, don't turn that off. I don't like that." Immediately I went to go. I don't want to offend anybody, so I went and turned it off. And that's when I found out she said she wasn't, that she liked the music. But, after a couple, 2 days ago, she used the Lord's name in vain. You know, something I have a problem with. Oh, well, not saying it. I have a problem. I mean, it's been a while since I've used it, quite a bit. I still do swear from time to time, with just in reaction. But anyway, she came in and she mentioned it again. She used God's name in vain again. And I finally came out and I asked her, I says, "Are you Christian? Do you claim to be Christian?" She says, "Yeah, absolutely. I'm a Christian." I said, "Well, then why do you use God's name in vain, in a worthless manner?" He's, "Oh, yeah, well, trying to, shriek that off. You know, yeah." And then she said, "Well, yeah, gosh damn, or gosh darn, some thing that people, use in place of using the actual, you know, naming God and putting him in that useless way." Yeah. I don't even, I think that's just another way of saying it. But if it helps you to not say it, well, I guess that's fine for a while. I don't want to judge you just for that, but I mean, and I wasn't offended. It's just that I wasn't sure whether she was a Christian or not. I knew she liked the music. She went to a concert, and instead, she said, "Yeah, I'm not, I'm trying not to use it. I understand." And then she says, "Well, I'll just use the F word from now on. F this and F that, instead of using God's name in vain." She said, "Is that all right?" This is what do you, oh, is that all right? I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, I've used that word quite a bit, two times per sentence sometimes. But unless I'm caught, somebody hits a hammer on my nail, my fingernail, and I scream out, yeah, I might say it. But other than that, I don't say it anymore. I think it's pretty disgusting. I've actually had to tape myself one time when I was trying not to say it. And, just the sound of me hearing my own voice saying that, I just, stopped using it. But so that's what she said she's going to do from now on. And said she's, gave you some work and off and away. I mean, I just know that there's a lot of people that are still lost, that still think that, you know, that they're going or they're Christian because they claim they're Christian or they prayed the prayer and or whatever they did, and that's not enough. I don't believe that it is. I believe that you have to, actually believe in your heart. And in that belief, you actually try to repent of the things that you've been doing. You know that are wrong, whether they're sins or not. I mean, swearing, I don't think it's a sin. It's just disgusting. It's vulgar. It's, words that we use in our society, that mean different things, and we use them to, express our anger or whatever. But anyways, just a lot of that, man. A lot of people claiming they're Christians. I'm not claiming it anymore. Yeah, and this is my family sending me a text because, you know, they know I'm online doing a radio show, whatever. So just excuse me for a minute. Let me answer this. Yeah. And then my wife, it's just the way things are going right now today. I mean, first time my wife hasn't worked her second partner, her part-time job that she goes 3 hours a day. Or she took the day off from regular work and went to the Big E here. It's a big exposition they have. And anyway, she came walking in here, starting to show me the things that she bought while I'm online. And on top of that, 15 minutes before I came up, everything froze. So almost a typical broadcast, kind of a little bit more than usual, but it's not unusual. Anyways, so we'll start off with this. You remember that guy, remember the September 23rd guy? Remember I got his video right here. All right, we'll just go. I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to play it. You're going to play it if you want to. I'll leave the link. Remember the guy? Okay. Let's see. What's his name again? A Midnight Cry. I thought it was a Watchman's Cry, but it's a Midnight Cry. The one who put out a 2-part episode, about the destruction or the 10.0 earthquake that was supposed to happen on the last day of summer or before the last day of summer. He really didn't call a date, but we knew that September 23rd was the last day. He did say before the end of summer. And summer's over. It was over the 23rd, I believe. I don't know whether it was the first day of autumn or the last day of summer, but September 23rd was the date, gone, and it's over. And nothing happened. And he obviously comes out with another video. And he breaks down a lot. He breaks down a lot. There's other 2 videos too, but this one was a little bit more. And yeah, 3 parts. You listened to all 3 of them already, Laura? Rebuttals. There's rebuttals. Anyway, yeah. There's a lot of on Facebook. Anyways, yeah, there is a couple because I posted it there, I guess, on a couple pages. And yeah, there was a lot of rebuttal before he actually missed the date. And it just goes to show you, you can't set dates. Nobody knows the day or the hour. I mean, of anything. I don't know of anybody who can tell the future. The Bible gives us glimpses into the future. I think that's the only thing that can really tell the future. Prophesy, because it's already been written. And the things, come true. And so, anyways, yeah, of course, it didn't happen. And his third video, yeah, it was mostly, yeah, I guess God wants to do something else, wants me to learn a little humility, I guess so. I mean, he's a man probably, he looks probably around my age. I mean, any case. And then he just goes on. I think, I don't know, maybe he's trying to start a ministry. He's going to use that as a start. I don't know. That's not a good start. I mean, he seems pretty knowledgeable in the things that he knows from the Bible. But I don't know. The Lord does give the visions. I mean, the Bible says that, in the last days, that young men are going to be given visions. Okay, and old men will have dreams. And, I'm sure that goes for young women and older women as well. I mean, it's not exclusive just to men, because if that was the case, there would be hardly anybody out there. There's a lack of men who are standing up right now. Most of them are just getting into trouble. All I hear is these pastors doing this or that, coming. It's just it's, the falling away or the walking away. And the, I am the proclamation, a Christian, yes. And I'm going to heaven because I have prayed the prayer. And there's just a little bit more to it than that. There's the repentance part. There's the belief part. Those 2 are pretty important as well. I mean, you actually have to be sorry for your sins, and they will be forgiven, past, present, future. So, in any case, I'll leave the link in case anybody wants to hear him speak about it not coming true. And most of it didn't even touch on that. He just touched on, points that he wanted to get through there. That nobody's reading the Bible. Pick the Bible up. Read the Bible. I agree with that. I mean, 100%. But to come out with a lie to start your ministry, and I don't know. I'm just going to pray for the man. That's all I can do. I pray for the man. I already forgive him. People, they have their whatever. they go through their own things. Don't just pick them up, help them, lift them up. Thinking about maybe commenting on something, but I'll do it later. So in any case, that will be there if you are interested in it. So this one from End Time Headlines. Students around the world pray together on September 25th, which is today. And apparently this happens or has been happening every year. They call it SYAPT, see you at the pole prayer. Yeah. No, it was it was good news to hear that young kids are doing this, because we know other young kids, what's going on and what's happening to them. And we'll talk about that in a minute too. And we are talking about Greta. We will talk about her for a minute because she, is the result of other things that are going on that we've talked about all the time. So this year's See You at the Pole Prayer Rally is set for today, was September 25th. It's an event organized and led by students around the world. According to SYAPT, organization's website, it's just about one thing, prayer. So public school students are urged to pray at about 7 a.m. Wednesday morning, that was this morning, around their school's flagpole. Now, I would like to see more than just one group. I'm sure if this happened in other places that there were complaints. I would like to try and follow up on that. If anybody hears about any of these stories about praying around the pole in their school, because, prayers are not allowed in school in a lot of places. You can't do that anymore in school. So anyway, the theme for the event is a Bible verse in the Old Testament, 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and I will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Yeah. The event is part of the global week of student prayer held from September 22nd to the 28th. Other private or homeschool students will pray in unique ways, places and times all during the week. Students can plan and organize their own event using tools from or found on the SYATP website. That is SYATP website. All right, so at least, we could start it off on a good note. It really is, it is. You don't know how good it is to hear that these children are praying and that it is not, a lost cause, I guess. The United States. So, also from End Time Headlines. We had that earthquake. I know we had a couple today, and I haven't really gotten into them. Some World Watchman told me about a couple of them. I forget exactly where. But this one in Pakistan happened last night. I saw it just before I shut down. 19 dead and 300 injured. It's this powerful 5.8 magnitude. Strikes capital of Pakistan. Yeah. I guess I don't have any other pictures or anything, so. All right, and this was a big talk before I went up to that farm. Did you get your shots and stuff like that? Because got this EEE. Yeah. In any case, third Massachusetts man, and that's where I stayed in eastern Massachusetts. A third Massachusetts resident has died of the deadly mosquito virus. If there's 3 people that died, how many actually are getting this? Because there is something going around. Of course, there almost always is in the nursing home, in the assisted living. They have assisted living building and nursing home. I do paint in both of them, but I have been for the past 6 months in the assisted living one. Yeah. So a third person has died of the Eastern equine encephalitis, EEE. According to state health officials, Massachusetts Department of Public Health told WCVB that it has received reports about 3 fatalities among the 10 confirmed cases of EEE this year. Wow, that's probably close to a third mortality rate. There's only 10 confirmed and 3 have died. That's like 1/3. That's like 30. Was it 33%? 33.33. That's a lot. So I don't know. And again, this is the 70s. He was in his 70s. Let's see. Fairhaven woman in her 50s died last month. Freetown man in his 70s. As of Friday, there are 35 communities now at critical risk, 40 at high risk, and 128 at moderate risk for the EEE virus in Massachusetts. Yeah. State health officials said that this year is the worst outbreak of the EEE in Massachusetts since the 1950s. Well, whatever. I mean, that's the first time I've ever heard of the EEE. Not to say that it hasn't been around since the 1950s. It says right here that it was. I thought these things mutated in different strains, kind of came out every year. In any case, third person dies. And I don't have any headlines on it, but they are also making laws for these people. 6 have died now, I guess, of the vaping, the e-cigarette things. They banned them. I put them on hold, banned them for like, I don't know, maybe it's 3 months. I'm just guessing. I know it's a couple months. They banned them from selling them. I don't know why, but I mean, anyways, I mean, I know that it's just crazy. This thing creates a kind of a water vapor, and then you inhale that in your lungs, and it's like inhaling, what they call that, pneumonia. I mean, pneumonia is like water in your lungs, right? That's what my wife told me anyway. So I'm assuming she's right all the time. Yeah. So, all right, and let me just warn anyone, okay? This next article there's going to be a picture of a baby. Doesn't look newborn, but could be. But it has extra things. This article, I think it's an Indian woman who gave birth to a baby girl with an extra pair of legs and arms. And they're going to show part of the picture or the picture. So you're a little sensitive to that. I'm just warning you now. Don't look at it. And let me put this up as well. This one I keep forgetting. This Fair Use Act. But I also want to make sure that this goes out, that you got the warning before I go back to that and talk about that. I don't know why, but this is I don't know how rare that is. I mean, it's got to be really rare, right? This is from the Metro. It was basically from somebody else I normally get it from, but they didn't have a picture of it, and I wanted to see the picture, so I went to the Read More and got the first story of it. So, baby born with 4 legs and 3 hands. Okay, there she is. I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but looking at another angle from it, I mean, it kind of looks like it's real. I mean, she's got all these two arms growing out and the legs growing out of her chest. Uh, and I didn't read a whole lot about it. Okay, but this is what happened. I mean, there was twins. There was somebody else there too, and probably was supposed to be three. So this parents had not been for an ultrasound, or so the birth of the little girl alongside a healthy twin brother came out as a shock to the medics in India. Experts think the first-time mother could have been expecting triplets, but one pair were conjoined. So the mom, Raju Gajar, 24, gave birth on Friday in a government-run hospital in Tonk, Russia. While the boy is absolutely healthy, the girl was born with an extra set of legs and hands covering the entire chest and abdomen. Doctors believe the extra limbs can be removed through surgery. Here's some other looks at it. It's just, I don't, is this going to be, is this a rare thing? Has it happened before? I mean, is it, I mean, why? Is it environmental? Is it a gene thing? I mean, is it because, you know, it has anything to do with what's going on? You know, GMOs, stuff in the water, in the air. I mean, is this a sign of things to come? I mean, did somebody do this on purpose? I would just be speculating at this point unless I keep reading. So, anyways, the mother and the male child are stable. Raju and her husband, Bathula, are both laborers and had not been for medical checks during the pregnancy. Couldn't afford them. So, doctors believe it could be the first case where triplets are born naturally, but one pair is conjoined. Okay, definitely rare. So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in our oceans, things that are coming out of there, especially in the Pacific, that just are not normal. All right, what's this one? Oh yeah, talk about sci-fi stuff. This is also from End Time Headlines. And we've talked about this before. Somebody said that they were going to do this. Implant chips. Everyone wants to implant a chip into our bodies. Why? I don't know. They don't like the way I mean, we're not working fast enough. We're not handing over our money fast enough. Why do they need chips or any kind of electronic or device to get more out of something that is not natural? But anyway, a brain chip created for U.S. soldiers to take out enemies with their minds. Now let me just you can't believe everything out there, okay? But some things are put out there just to get your reaction to it, okay? So just use your own discernment. I mean, they may have already developed this. There's things that we can speculate on. They do put these things out there, like I said, to get your reactions on them. They've already made a movie, a TV series about a Marine who had a chip implanted in his brain, and he was able to, use the internet and other databases, through his mind, through this, you know, mixing of this technology and man. Okay, just remember that the Bible says that they will not cling. They will not cling together. They cannot be mixed and be of any use. They will break into pieces. Remember the Daniel dream from the king, I guess. I think it was the king who had that dream. Yeah, of the statue, the head of gold and all that stuff. So anyway, this device has been created to allow soldiers to control military equipment and vehicles with just their thoughts. Scientists from several universities in the U.S. have created a new brain-computer interface strip. And the device is connected to the upper neck, picks up on brain signals, and converts them to digital information. I don't know. I mean, I've studied computers, worked on computers, and I don't know how digital um, digital information will equal being able to, start a tank and move the tank and run over another guy. I don't see how that is all going to be possible. Give me a minute here. I got to get something to drink. So I don't know. Need to be connected to other machines and often require conductive jelly to work. Yeah, you got to hook up those, what do they call them, cathodes or cathodes. So, yeah, man, they got stuff out there we don't know about. That we can only, well, think about, dream about, speculate. In any case, trying to think of something else that might be related to that. But this is from Natural News. Come on. Natural News. Pfizer now openly testing toxic vaccines on pregnant women. They just don't care anymore. No, they don't. A lot of it is just out in the open. It is. And that's what I mean. They put the stuff on the internet, people read it, they get reactions, how to either, you know, not give you any more information or just give it all to you. Because it costs them money to hide things, make up things. So this vaccine industry has reached a point where the point is no longer has any qualms about testing new vaccines on healthy pregnant women. So they got a study out there, 650 healthy pregnant women between the ages of 18 and 49. I mean, I guess after that point, it's the women who, volunteer for these things are the ones that really need their heads checked. Because, we're going to talk about, Greta and what happened to her. A lot of people are talking about it. I'm going to talk about it briefly. I'm going to let Mike Adams, say a couple words too, about what they're doing to our children. This Common Core stuff. I mean, that's just the forefront of it all. They are teaching our children about these things so that they can reach agendas later on. You see these protests about this, the weather summit they had or whatever it was. There was a lot of these that had children in them. Well, they're using the children like it's going to, create some kind of response from us that will benefit them. Well, it's not working. The only response that they're going to get now is anger, just like Greta. You see Greta here? I mean, I saw the video. I think it was yesterday, last night. I think, forget exactly when. I don't think it was today. I saw this earlier, but when I first saw it, I just said, what did they do to that child? Look what they did to her. That was my thoughts. Where are her parents and what happened to her? How does she know some of these things? She's only 16. When I was 16, I didn't know about ecological collapses from fossil fuel use and so on and so forth. No, I had other things to do when I was 16, but just listen. I'll let you listen in on this. Hope you can hear it. You might have to be at YouTube, but we're going to play that and let Mike Adams speak just for a minute.
You all come to us young people for hope. How dare you?
She clearly is suffering from the signs of psychological terrorism. She is suffering, she's got post-traumatic stress disorder.
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
Our ecosystems are collapsing. People are dying. People die every day. They do. And I'm not trying to make light of that fact. And AOC, I mean, that's one of her big things, 2 years for Miami. That's all they got unless you do something down there. People are dying right now, she says, when she's in session talking to somebody. Oh, well, we only have 12 more years, or I guess it's 11 now, before the whole world goes. Unless we, change our whole way of living. No more cow farts, to create all this pollution and this global warming from cow farts. This is why they're trying to get us to eat bugs and make these veggie burgers to get us off of meat, actually. While they're also, what do you call it, implant or injecting or whatever they do. I mean, just look at one thing I know. Okay, is Cinemex. Okay, that is an ingredient in a flavoring that is used in quite a few of a name brand chips, for say Doritos for one, that I still eat. I pray over everything, and a couple other things. And that Cinemix is, um, how could I say this? Soylent Green. Babies. It's been proven. It's a fact. And there are so many horror stories that I can tell you about these things, about what happens to the aborted babies. But I'm not going to. It's already turning my stomach just thinking about it. And then you got, this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to take these children, and I don't know why they want us to do this green thing. I mean, the whole thing, I guess somebody summed it up, is they want communism. Worldwide, one world order. That's communism. That's what they want. One world order. Okay? This is what the fight is all about. And they're going to use your children to do it. And they are. And they're implementing this, everything. They're changing our child's minds. They're having, after school library sessions with pedophiles and transgenders, telling them that at 4 and 5 years old that it's okay, you want to be a girl. And sometimes, and it's the parents who bring these children there. And then when they go through some little cycle that every child goes through, what do you call it? It's called, being curious. And and they take that curiosity that they go through in that one, maybe day and a half, and they turn it into a lifestyle. They transform their child. These poor children who don't know any better are going to follow and mostly listen to what their parents want them to do. It's just.
She is shell-shocked. Progressives and climate, hysterical people, they are committing child abuse. They are psychologically terrorizing this young girl, Greta. I think she's 16 years old.
Yep.
She clearly is suffering from the signs of psychological terrorism. She is suffering, she's got post-traumatic stress disorder. She is shell-shocked. And I have seen now numerous videos appearing where you have young children that are interviewed about climate change and they are terrorized, and they are breaking out in tears on camera, crying. And this child from Germany, Greta, she was screaming about, oh, you've stolen my future, you've destroyed my childhood, you've taken my future away. And, you know, Greta, gosh, I feel so sad for what they've done to you. And
Yeah, amen. And it should be child abuse. And you know, and what are we going to do? Most of us, we're going to sit by and we're going to let it happen. You know, they're just going to sit by and let it happen. I mean, some of it may be because we're being, you know, chemically made docile with all the chemicals, the genetically modified organism, the food that they're making now is just man-made. It's not made by God anymore. It's man-made, made in the lab, grown. Doesn't. Yeah, I just want you to know how vile it is, how all of it is. The worldwide human genocide, the crimes against humanity that is happening right now, whether it be psychologically and or just mass murder, because that's what's happening. And we had an article 2 days ago, hundreds of thousands of cancer victims. And I could, you know, I wish somebody would do a study like that. The things that we shouldn't be dying from, but we do. All right, so what else did I want to show you? Yeah, I hear from News Punch, you know, Greta Thunberg is a victim of child abuse. Everyone's saying it. It's obvious. And you know what's not? It's the fact that the people who molded this child to say what she's going to say for their own agenda, that's the crime.
You all come to us young people for hope. How dare you?
she clearly is suffering from the signs of psychological terrorism. She is suffering, she's got post-traumatic stress disorder.
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
Yeah. You know, let's all pray for Greta and for all the other ones. You know, that this type of terrorism and just evil, you know, is stopped. I mean, we can make a difference. We're going to have to pray together. So please let these prayers go out for these children, our children. Anyways, you know, because remember that link with Jan Markell over the weekend and her prophecy update conference where that I guess she was an ex-con or a congresswoman or something like that, who had something to say about what they're teaching our children in these schools. She's crying out there. She pray for that lady to get her message and have that continue to be spread. And I'm going to try and do my part. I'm going to try and spread it through this video and maybe through others or into social media so everyone is aware. That's one of my problems. I just put it out in a video. I do my editing and I sit back and that's it. Now I can take these stories and post them, one or two at a time here and there while I'm out there. I think they get more impact that way than some of these videos do, at least for now. But anyway, yeah. Pray to God. I mean, there's just so many things that are going on today that it just, I know we keep saying this too, that everything that's going on, it just makes it feel like it could be any second now. Between the things going on in Iran and, the Gog and Magog war could be set up. And the fact that if you believe in the pre-trib, I mean, we're supposed to be gone before the Antichrist comes on the scene. And to me, it's going to be soon. It may even be that other guy besides Netanyahu over there. Let's see, where do we have a story about that? The president is asking Netanyahu to try and form a government, but somewhere, I don't know, I really don't understand uh, their politics at all. Why the PMs and not the president have to form a government, and what kind of government? I don't understand any of that. Last time I checked, Benjamin Netanyahu was 2 members away from his government. But then I saw an article saying that the president was asking him to form a government. He gets the first shot, so to speak. Anyway, that's going on. I don't know what's going on. They may even have to have a third vote. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, okay. Just some other stories I want to throw out there real quick. U.S. school labels 5-year-old autistic boy a sexual predator. Yeah, no kidding. There it is, folks. This is from News Punch. A U.S. school labels 5-year-old autistic boy a sexual predator because he goes around and I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how to get this back. All right. That was strange. Okay. Anyway, yeah. First of all, because he goes around hugging and kissing. That's what he does. You know. Yep, for school for hugging and kissing his classmates. I mean, that's fine. But these kids, they tend to spread diseases among themselves, colds and other things. And I guess that's kind of normal. It's what happens. It's how they build immunities while they're sick. Anyway, so Chattanooga, Tennessee, okay, in kindergarten, Nathan. And this is the one about Netanyahu. From World Israel News, Netanyahu chosen by Rivlin to form new government. Now, this may be an old headline. I don't know. I got it at the end of the day. It was the first one on that list. So I don't know what's going on, whether something changed in the 2 hours from, listening to it at work till I got home. So anyway, Israel's president selected Netanyahu as the candidate who will have the first opportunity to assemble the Jewish state next government. Its next government. That was on Wednesday. Right now, they're into the wee hours of Thursday morning. They're 7 hours ahead of us here in the East. So, about 10 of 7. So, yeah, about 2, 3 in the morning. Let's see, 7, 11, 14. Yeah, it should be 2:48 in the morning or 1:48, something like that. So, whatever. It's still going on over there. All I can say is that prophecy can be fulfilled if Netanyahu is not picked and this other guy ends up taking his place. I hear things about him that he is a little bit weaker in a sense of protecting his, I don't know, just weaker in a sense that if he's elected, prophecy can be fulfilled. People will probably think that they're able to attack Israel. I don't think that this guy is, will spend as much on protecting Israel, in the military and so on and so forth. So we're all still waiting for that because if Netanyahu isn't picked, I mean, things could be even closer. Remember, U.S. is already out of Syria. Anyway, still going on over there, those things. And this also from News Punch, the company that created Barbie. Okay? Got to keep up with the times, right? has launched a new line of gender-neutral dolls. Whatever. There you have it. Mattel. Company that introduced the Barbie doll in 1959 has launched a new line of gender-neutral dolls, claiming the kids don't want their toys dictated by gender norms. Yeah, well, at that age, they don't know what those are. So, NWO report: Florida officer suspended after arresting two 6-year-old children. Yeah, I wonder what they had to be arrested for. 6-year-old children. Are you serious? I've heard this done before. Florida officer arrests two 6-year-old children for separate incidents at their schools. Orlando police clarified on Monday that both children were 6, after initially describing one of them as 8, but still 8. You're going to arrest an 8-year-old too? Anyway, Press TV reports Channel 9 spoke to one of the children's grandmothers, who said her 6-year-old granddaughter was arrested after she had a temper tantrum. Marilyn Kirkland said her granddaughter was arrested because she reportedly kicked a staff member during a temper tantrum. Okay, well, whatever. What was she arrested for? Because she suffers from sleep apnea. Well, that definitely can affect somebody. Daughter was arrested for battery. Seriously, man. What happened to calling the parents, having them come down, This is the stuff that's going on, man. AOC says Electoral College is racist. Man, I think she says anytime she talks against somebody, they're racist in some way or fashion. They're racist or they're, supremacist, whatever. Apparently, the cloned Ruth Bader Ginsburg just gave her a reality check. Supreme Court Justice and liberal hero Ruth Bader Ginsburg doesn't think too highly of the New York Democrat Socialist Republican Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez plan to nix the Electoral College. There's a lot of people talking about whether that should be nixed or not. In any case, there was a lot of talk about her as well today. That she is also probably the first line of these children coming out of these schools with these really delusional mindsettings. In any case, judge for yourself, man. Or look for yourself. You don't have to judge. All the data is there. And of course, I think you've heard about California, PG&E, turn power off to people, because the wind's, I don't know, too high and fire season. Will Watchman from Northern California, fire season is just about over. They're October, I believe. Why would they? Now they have to turn the power out to people's homes? No, folks, this is all a test. In my humble opinion, I think it's all a test on whether or not your electric company can randomly turn your power off and get away with it. Do not, take things lightly. I mean, a lot of these things are tests. Power grids going out, banks going down, stock market, all that stuff. Just, always be on alert for, state of emergency. Remember, that's one step closer to martial law. And they just come and turn your power off. Then they'll come down the street with their, police in their military garb and knock your door down, take your guns away, and put you in a hole somewhere. Yeah, you're just fodder to them. That's all you are. useless eaters, deplorables, yeah, and what other words that we, haven't heard publicly. Yeah, so they're doing this on purpose. They've already declared bankruptcy, supposedly being sued. Anyway, turning off your power. Heard they were going to do it to a whole city, not a big city, but town area. What is this? I don't remember downloading that, man. Oh, it's just a cover. Dagnabbit. Yeah, no end in sight for the retail apocalypse. That's what they're calling it now. The massive waves of store closures and layoffs in the retail sector has gotten so bad this year, it's been dubbed the retail apocalypse. Not only is this causing problems in the economy, Goldman Sachs thinks it's still likely to get much worse. I agree with him. I hear about, that's what Will Watchman does. He tracks a lot of these things. I think he even, trying to remember the site name that he gave me. I forget. I'll try and remember for next time. But he follows a lot of this stuff. He's been following a lot of the what do you call it? A lot of the fields. I don't know our foods and the fields being the snow in northern America and in Canada. Snow already. Frosts that have killed the corn crop up there. I mean, so a lot of cases that's going on. They're attacking our foods. They're attacking our food chain, and they're going to take over. And they're going. Don't worry though. The government will have enough food for you. Why do you think they're storing it all on the ground? Not just for them. It's to take control of you. All right. Well, it's always tough when I got daughter orders out almost every day. Around this time when I'm on, you probably heard them. Dogs will go crazy. Justice Department clears Trump on Ukraine call. Isn't that nice of them? Yeah, that report's out. I didn't see it, but clears them. I think we've already talked about that. Rare tropical cyclone Hika engulfs Oman, sweeping everything on its path. Desert flooded. I mean, we talked about this 2 days ago. Okay, now it's hitting the Gulf of Oman and Oman itself. I don't know. Is there yet? I asked this 2 days ago. Yemen around there somewhere? I guess it's around. You know that there are 2 days ago, or maybe yesterday, there was 6 or 7 tropical depressions or tropical storms. And right now we got a Cat 1 hurricane in the almost the mid-Atlantic. It's still quite a ways, from the United States, but it's already a Category 1. And wind speeds 90 miles per hour, heading west-northwest at 18 miles per hour. So it's going pretty quick for a hurricane. Someone predicted, I guess, it's just going to do a big loop and go back up. Probably hit the UK over there. I'm trying to get to that list. Yeah, there's only 4 actually right now. There were 7 the other day. One is turned into a hurricane, which you just heard, and another one possible over there by the Bahamas again. So, anyways, gotta watch for that stuff. So, yeah, so we're talking about, this technology. This is the last art. It's 42 seconds long. It's from Plain Truth for You. And he's basically going to tell you here that article in papers in the 1800s proof do weapons, guns used in the 1800s? Yeah, according to this, anyway. I'll play that for you.
And here's a quick video of what I published on my Plain Truth for You channel. And this gentleman did a great effort in describing the directed energy weapons that were available in the 1800s, as early as the 1840s, and goes into detail. He shows articles and proof that this was available way back when, and that these were able to shoot lasers, and technology was quite available. Patents were made, electronic gun, 1904. So this is old technology, folks. It's all old technology.
Yep, and so if that was in the 1840s, I mean, really, being able to shoot a laser beam in the 1840s. So how long have they kept that information from us? Quite a long time. Imagine the breakthroughs in science in the medical fields that could have been used a long time ago. But, why come out and use something that could heal somebody when you can make 3 or 5 times as much feeding them pills, right? Why give them the cure when you can make all this money giving them medicine? And on top of that, films they take for mammograms are they help with the cancer process to give you cancer, as well as other methods. Well, we know X-rays. They tell you, well, yeah, this one X-ray is like 40 or 50 years of radioactive exposure, so it's not going to kill you, at least not for 40, 50 years. Yeah. We are just lambs for the slaughter, and we're here for a reason, and it's not for anything that they think. They are definitely hiding something from us, and all we know is that we can still see the signs. Jesus told us to look in the sky for the signs. Look up, okay, for your redemption draws nigh. He also said to look up for the signs. There are many signs up there. Some of them I'm still looking at. What's her name? I got her in my history list, and I want you to go take a look at her, if they'll show up here. No. Why? I don't know. Oh, I know why. Because I'm not signed in. Anyway, yeah, what they do? They signed me in. No, I'm signed in. Just want to give you her name or link before. Yeah. The Final Days. That's the name of the YouTube channel. The Final Days. Okay, she goes in there and she looks at all these FAA weather cameras in Alaska and around Alaska area. And a lot of her stuff is pretty interesting. Some of it I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, how these things could happen and not anybody else know about it. But we're watching. We're watching. That's all I could say. So with that one, everyone, God bless you all. I will be back on Friday. Same time, same channel. So know where your loved ones are. Keep them in, contact at all times. All right. Know where they are. Anything, I mean, I just thought, no, I won't even think about that. Yeah, we could be raptured at any moment, You guys could all be gone and I'm still here. Could happen. Anyways, God bless you all. I'll see you Friday. Peace out.